Hello everybody, it's Aunt Beck and Scott, and we are driving out to the small town that Scott drives to every day for his job, and we're gonna just explore some thrift stores and maybe antiques.
Yes, and this used to be in the country when Becky and I first got married.
Yeah.
This was a sleepy little two-lane road out in the country. Now it's suburban sprawl.
Yeah.
But we'll soon be out in the country. Another 5 minutes.
Yeah. So we'll come back when we get closer to the little town, and I hope you will enjoy this day with us. Alright, we are out in the country now, and we're almost to the little town we're headed to, but we wanted you to see how rural it gets real quickly. And so there's poultry farmers, that one's T&S Farms, Heritage Landscaping, just all kinds of farmers out here. There's cool old buildings.
There is a lot of peaches are grown in this part of the state. There's actually more peaches grown in South Carolina than there are in Georgia, which Georgia is the peach state.
Yeah.
So you would have to get down towards Montana, which is about 20 miles from here, to really see the big peach farms. But there's quite a big agricultural operation out this way.
We'll be back in a little bit when the road's not so bumpy. Alright, we're just pulling into town. I love that house.
That porch, right?
Yes. Coming up on Highway 1 in Batesburg, Leesville.
Yep.
And my camera is gonna run out of battery on us, I'm afraid. Look at that house. Isn't it pretty?
It is.
So it's the one on the other corner. They're probably thinking I'm filming their truck. No, I'm not filming your truck.
I'm gonna come to complete stop because that highway patrolman's watching the stop sign.
So I'll just film a little bit as we go along. That one's for sale.
I wonder if this was a railroad town.
Could be. Oh wow, that one's cool. Cool houses. Move back slowly around here. Back up a little bit.
So there's sort of two little main drags here.
Yeah. So this is actually the Leesville. There's an old truck. Little town. Can't really see anything except people's tags, so I won't do that. Oh, and look, they have chickens, and that's because they're known for their poultry festival down here. So, oh, I wish we could see the lights lit up with the chickens on the poles. That would be so cool. He's going to do a U-ey so you can see the other direction. This is just like my main street in my hometown, where they have parking in the middle. But this is the old main street. The new one is off a different road now. So, lots of old buildings.
Western Auto.
We still have a Western Auto. Titan Insurance. Oh, I didn't even see her. She just popped out of nowhere.
That little coffee shop is pretty nice. I stopped there, got a coffee and some cookies one day.
Oh, and they got a San Jose's, and at this traffic light, where it's got title loans, that used to be a convenience store, and then we'd turn that way, and Scott's parents had some property on a pond, but when his dad died, his mom sold it, so we don't have that to. That would have been so cool. We could have had a house built right there, and you would have been in the town where you weren't.
So to the left is Sheely's Barbecue Restaurant,
Yep.
and it's buffet style, and lots of variety of things to eat there.
And they tell you at the counter, you pay to get in, eat your way out.
Eat your way out.
Look at this old place here. It's dog and cat boarding. That's a cool house. There's a lot for sale.
There's a lot of nice old properties down here.
And we went by our bank up in Casey, and the teller machine was totally out of money. But there is a machine down here in one of these towns that we can get some cash.
Yeah.
Some of these smaller business, they take cash only, so we wanted to have cash on us.
How quaint.
Cash. All right, guys. Well, my arm's getting tired, so I'll come back when we have something interesting to share, and my camera's about to run out of battery. Okay, guys, I did not take the camera in, but we went into two small antique type malls, antique and art craft stuff. I have purchased a few things, and Scott found some treasures, which we will share at the end of this video. And now we're going to drive to another small town called Ridge Springs.
Would y'all like to see where I work?
Would you like to see where Scott works?
Let's show.
We can add that.
Just around the corner.
Just around the corner. We got a new housing development going in there. And this grove of trees right here is pecans.
Isn't that a marvelous pecan grove?
That's a pecan orchard. Is it an orchard when it's pecans? I don't know.
I don't know. Or is it a grove?
Maybe it's a grove of pecans.
That's what I've always called it.
Oh, that house is so pretty. So we're kind of back roading it here.
This beautiful little piece of property is for sale. Actually, it's not little. I bet that's about 7 acres.
Yeah. Yeah.
Somewhere between 5 and 7 acres. I bet.
More pecan trees. Those big trees on the right are pecans. And then there's some crepe myrtles mixed in.
The wind took it out. That's where I work.
That's where Scott works.
I've never been in this blue building. I don't know what they do over there. I might ask about that. Oh yeah, I know. That's Elemaster. That's where they make the printed circuit boards.
So that's the small business that Scott works at.
Front office. And on the
Hitachi.
back side is repair, where I work.
Yeah.
I like this little job. I like this company.
Yeah. You might need to speak up. The road noise is really loud.
Oh, okay. I like this company. So the repair shop is back in this brick portion of the building back here.
Yeah.
And they do some mechanical repair in that beige colored building. I'm not sure exactly what they do back in this other building.
Yeah. All right. Small little parking lot, so it must not employ a ton of people, but
Not many. So that blue part of the building, that's a part of the business called Elemaster, where they make printed circuit boards.
yeah. All right, guys. I will come back when we get to the next small town.
All right. See you later.
Later, Gators. We just turned in here to let somebody that was in a bigger hurry than us go. And we're headed into a little town called Ridge Springs. But I wanted you guys to see this huge pecan grove. It goes and goes and goes that way. And this is Pecan Grove Road. So those are all pecan trees. It's just amazing. That's got to be what? About 15 acres of pecans?
Yeah. Oh, it goes on past this house.
Yeah. Oh, it could be more than that. It's a cute old house. Looks like it's abandoned. Nobody loves it anymore.
When those trees no longer produce, it makes wonderful lumber. It's not very hard. Very hard, very pretty lumber.
Oh, this is probably closer to 100 acres of pecans, honey.
Yep.
Because it just keeps going.
It's a relative of hickory.
We are getting knocked around in the wind, and I'm sorry if our sound is kind of too low or anything, but we can't make up between the road noise and the wind today. And the temp is dropping. We are now at 29 degrees Fahrenheit, and the wind makes it feel like 0 to me. All right, so this is where the older part of the grove and the trees have started dying. So I would say that's the end of it. But wasn't that a cool pecan grove visit?
There's more of it over there.
Oh, yeah. Scott says there's more that we can't quite see in range. Yeah.
It's about the end of it.
So we're gonna see where this goes for a little bit and find a place to turn around so we can get back to Ridge Springs. There's a couple antique shops in that small town that we want to check out. And the reason I'm not filming in the stores is it's kind of intrusive to the shop owners and the other people shopping. So I just decided I don't want to do it, and I just want to enjoy the day. But anything we buy, we'll share.
We'll do a haul video.
We'll do a haul video at the end.
More
all right.
Pecans right there.
Yep, more pecans on the other side of the road. So apparently they grow a lot. I hope we didn't hit that bird. I hope he...
Hopefully the fella got out of the way.
All right, guys. It's not the best day for a drive. There's some black Angus. Look at the babies. Oh, the baby cows. That must be a nursery herd. They got all their babies with them. Bales of hay. The big old round bales.
It's quite pretty out here. Look at those little black buzzards out there.
Yep. They look like they're standing. There were a couple of them on the ground, buzzards, sitting behind one of those bales trying to get warm out of the wind, I think.
Yeah.
All right, guys, back to driving. There's the old tobacco barn in there. It's hard to see, but we're on kind of a rabbit trail. You know, we took a road because it looked interesting.
My ADD kicked in.
So now we're trying to get turned back to this, but this old house here is really cool. It's got old iron fencing at the front, and then back here, is that iron fencing too? It is.
Iron as well.
So that's a beautiful old house. Somebody's living in it. There's a truck there.
Then they got 3 silos.
Those look like corn cribs.
Yeah, probably corn cribs. Pretty neat little place.
And that's an old silo from a barn there.
Yeah.
The big round thing there.
I don't think they use silage much in the UK. Somebody from the UK chime in and let us know.
Silage. Is it used in the UK?
I think it's a North American thing, man.
Yeah. I think when we watched one of those history things, those people that you like that dig,
Oh yeah.
they tried to make silage on that. So they probably use silage over there.
Yeah. It's really densely packed, energy packed, efficient way to,
Very sour smelling.
to store material for your large animals.
Oh, they know what we're on a sidetrack because we turned to look at that pecan orchard, and we're still, this is Pecan Grove Road again.
Sure is.
But now we're headed back. So, yeah. I just thought it was interesting that that huge house is out here in the middle of nowhere.
I wonder if all this acreage belongs to that one farm.
Could be.
It kind of looks like it's all kept the same.
All right. It's beautiful out here.
Yes.
Nothing's for sale, though.
Yeah, I hadn't seen a for sale sign anywhere.
No, it's probably been in families, the same families probably for decades.
Yeah.
All right, guys. See you in a little bit. All right, guys, we are back at the house, and I'm just going to quickly show you the items that we bought. The first little shop we went to was called the Oak Street Vintage Mall and Gifts, and it is on 141 North Oak Street in Batesburg, South Carolina. And we got, and one item is over on the table, and if I let go of this camera tripod, it's gonna fall on the floor or fall down. So bear with me a minute. Scott found this beauty, and all of the parts are there. This is a wood plane, so it's got all of the parts. It's a beautiful plane. If we do a live together later, I will get him to tell you more about this, but it was an absolutely beautiful plane. It had to come home and add to his collection. He actually collects these, and he likes to find them when they are 100% there. Sometimes you'll be missing a part or a screw will be missing, and that's very disappointing. But this one had all its parts, so he picked that up. And then I found a Thomas Kincaid 1,000 piece puzzle, and that's because the 500 piece puzzle took us less than a day to do, so we're trying a 1,000 piece puzzle. And this will get us something to do, whether the power's on or off. And it's a beautiful puzzle. The bridge really spoke to me, so it had to come home with me. So I'm gonna pause the camera and go get the other items we got at this first shop. All right, here I am back. And this was 20% off. It's very heavy, but I thought it would be beautiful in my new bathroom with a candle in it. And it's got these beautiful floral cutouts. It's made of clay, and it's got the two flowers. And I see when you put a candle in this, all the light's gonna dance out of these holes. And it's just a beauty. So that came home with us because I thought how pretty that would be in my new bathroom. Then the last thing I got at this particular shop was a couple of Stampin' Up! Stamps. And this one's a beautiful lighthouse. These were $2 a piece at this place. So I got the little lighthouse one. And then this gorgeous doodle butterfly, which I thought would be really pretty on some, you know how we were doing the paint a watercolor square and then add a little metallic to it? How pretty would it be to do the watercolor square, let that dry, stamp this, and then just do a little bit of metallic in some of the spaces between the lines. I thought that would be really pretty. So that'll be something to play with. So those two stamps were $4. Then we went to another shop, and I didn't get their business card, and I meant to get their business card. She did not include one, but I only picked up 2 items. One item was for me, which is this beautiful, and I was gonna get with Carol because this, I swear, looks hand stitched. It really looks hand stitched because there's an unevenness in some of the stitching, but isn't it a beautiful pattern? This was $5, but it was just so pretty that I had to bring it home with me. Yes, it would make a really pretty journal. I might use it as a cover on a fabric journal. Maybe this will be the cover to my Learning Stitches book I've been thinking of doing, where you just have rows of all the different stitches. So I'm thinking about that for this. So that was for me. And then I spotted this and I said, Scott, would you like this? The Starrett books for student machinists. And he said he likes it. It had been marked down, I think, to $10. But he says he loves these old images in here. And so he said, yeah, I'd like to have that. Bench work. He has a metal lay. So it's got a lot of really nice information in it. And so it'll be kind of like a reference for him. So those were Scott's pieces there. And then I got my pretty doily like thing and my candle holder and the 2 rubber stamps. and the puzzle, which I'm not going to get the puzzle in the picture. The only other thing we did while we were out and about is we stopped at Matthew's Barbecue in Saluda, South Carolina. And that is the last thing we did really, except we stopped at Publix and got some sweet potatoes. Now, let me tell you, it was madness in that grocery store. Absolute madness. But I got my sweet potatoes and I got some con queso cheese dip for tortillas, which I thought I had a bunch of tortilla chips left, and it turns out I don't. And I am not going near the grocery store again until after Christmas. Let's see, what else? We arrived home to find a note from the neighbors that they could not find 2 of their cats to get them in, and it's going to be brutally cold here. So we are fixing up accommodations in our garage so they will at least be out of the wind. I've got them a big box with a blanket in it inside there. We're going to set up a litter box, water and food, and they can just hang out in our garage because the neighbors are going to be gone until after Christmas. So we'll set them up, let them out during the daytime if they want to, and then try to get them put back in at night. We'll do our best to keep them safe and fed. And that's all I have for this video. I hope you've enjoyed our little road trip that we took today, and I hope that one and all have an absolutely beautiful Christmas weekend. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.